In the news this morning, state government to distribute over 9,000 bags of fertilizer to farmers at subsidized rate. Work advances on Koskaris Rice Farm Road, Anaku. International Institute of Tropical Agriculture inaugurates mobile app for farmers. On the foreign scene this morning, Australia repatriates children from ISIL families. Well, a very good morning to you, and we sincerely apologize for bringing the news behind schedule. I'm Ebere Ugonna. A total of 9,650 bags of organic and inorganic fertilizer have been procured for distribution to farmers at subsidized rate for the 2019 farming season. The Commissioner for Agriculture, Mr. Anambra, who disclosed this while receiving a departmental brief from the input desk officer, Mrs. Rosaria Ohairi, directed the scheduled officer to commence immediate disbursement of the inputs to genuine farmers for the 2019 agricultural activities. We have details.
The Commissioner also received a brief from the Agricultural Development Program, Supervised Agricultural Credit Scheme, and the African Development Bank Assisted Agricultural Transformation Agenda Support Program, ATAPS. He frowned at the report of the abandoned demonstration and training center at Agolo and rice mill at Omo, and promised that the projects would be resuscitated and managed under public-private arrangement for more efficient delivery. The Commissioner commended the African Development Bank Supported Agricultural Transformation Agenda Support Program, ATAPS 1, for rehabilitating schools and hospitals in selected communities and other infrastructural grants to the state, pointing out that the ministry will support the program to realize the objectives.
Anambra State Government has instituted Anambra State Market Traders Association, ASMATA, as the new umbrella body of traders in the state. Inaugurating the leadership of the new association at the Jerome Odoji State Secretariat, Oka, the Commissioner for Trade, Commerce, Market and Wealth Creation, Dr. Christian Madubuko, said the move became necessary because of the leadership crisis that engulfed the former association, AMATA, and inability of the leadership of the former association to conduct credible elections at the end of its tenure. Paul Ezoke has details.
The new umbrella body has Chief Ikechukwu Ekobalo as President General and Dr. Mrs. Rosemary Anazodo as the Secretary General. Chief Jude Agumado and Obinna Okechukwu will serve as first and second Vice President respectively, while Mrs. Chiwendu Ezigwe is the woman leader, among others. Chief G.U. Okeke, Chief Innocent Jukuma, and Chief Romi Ezonwuka were appointed patrons of the association. The Commissioner also inaugurated legal advisors for the association, advisors of markets, and ASMATA zonal leaders, while Mr. Kenneth Onyeka was appointed as the new chairman of Onitsha Main Market. Dr. Madubuko said the leadership has initial tenure of 3 months, which could be renewed, and enumerated their terms of reference to include maintaining peace in all markets in Anambra State, maintenance of clean environment, and promotion of sanitation habit among traders, as well as ensuring that all revenues derivable from markets and accruable to the state government are judiciously paid into designated state treasury account. He also charged them with the responsibility of conducting credible elections for ASMATA at a time when the state government deems necessary, under the supervision of the Ministry of Trade and Commerce, will be relieved of their duty if found guilty of connivance of diverting government revenues.
We have revived our ASMATA, and that is the only legitimate umbrella body for traders in the states.
Responding on behalf of others, the new President General of ASMATA, Chief Ekobalo, assured that they will discharge their responsibilities with dedication to achieve the desired results. Also speaking, one of the patrons of the association, Chief Romi Ezonwuka, while commending the quality of members of the market leadership, said the focus should be to restore the glory of markets in the state and increase their potential, as well as expand opportunities for traders.
Thank the working governor, Willow Biano, on what's happened here today. The people I saw here are the people that can move Anambra market forward.
In his remarks, one of the legal advisors, Barrister Ikechukwu Onyabo, reminded the new market leadership that markets remain the major source of internally generated revenue for the state government and urged them to harness them effectively.
Like an Anambra state government, President General Ebugo na they fall to this task. BOD member Grace Ebugo na they fall to this task. They are wondering in so Nyaka.
In Oka, Paul Ezoke, ABS News.
The challenge of access road to the Kucharis rice farm Anaku in Ayamelum Kental area will soon be a thing of the past, with the prompt and quality construction of road now ongoing in the area. This was made known by the Commissioner for Works, Engineer Marcel Ifejiofor, shortly after he inspected work on the road. Works correspondent Ngozi Obileri was there and reports how the Commissioner was accompanied on the visit by some directors in the ministry. Her report.
Speaking shortly after inspecting work on the site, Engineer Ifejiofor said the road, awarded in 2015, was re-awarded last year and has recorded tremendous improvements since then. Engineer Ifejiofor noted that succeeding in getting a good earthwork on the road was very difficult due to the terrain of the road, but expressed happiness with the quality of laterite used on the road. He said the 1.8-kilometer road will, in the next 3 weeks, guarantee access to the Kucharis rice farm, thereby making all-season farming possible at the farm.
The terrain here is terrible, so we have a very short time to walk. That's why we are moving as fast as possible now before the rain comes to see what we can do. What we are doing, I think we are getting it right now. Here we assure everybody, Kucharis farm, the management and the entire Anambra state that this farm now will be an all-season farm. You can get there with what we are doing now.
On his part, the site engineer, Mr. Jacob Inaini, said that the state government has mobilized them to site, promising that movement in and out of the farm, both in the dry season and rainy season, will be secured within a short period.
Which we thank His Excellency for giving us the approval, and we have mobilized now back to site based on some fund given to us, and we have commenced to work, and we assure His Excellency that within 3 weeks we will be able to fill the road and do culverts.
From Anaku in Ayamelum Council area, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
And away from that, the member representing Anambra East constituency in the State House of Assembly, Chief Obinna Emeneka, has presented checks to the best graduating students of Anambra East constituency to inspire them to greater heights. The beneficiaries received 200,000 naira each from Honorable Emeneka in his office at the Anambra State House of Assembly. House of Assembly correspondent Chukwemeka Modlin was there and now reports.
Beneficiaries are Mrs. Adobe Abisi, Mr. Julius Ndive, and Mr. Julius Chukwemeka. Mr. Julius Chukwemeka was the best graduate of Chukwemeka Odumegu Ojukwu University for 2012-2013 session. Mrs. Adobe Abisi emerged as the best graduate of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka, for 2017 and 2018 academic session, while Mr. Julius Ndive also finished as the best graduate of Chukwemeka Odumegu Ojukwu University for 2015 and 2016 session. Addressing the beneficiaries, Chief Emeneka, who commended them for making their constituency proud, noted that it was by burning the midnight candle that they achieved the result. According to the lawmaker, the checks he issued to them is the fulfillment of one of his cardinal programs for Anambra East constituency and for them to further their studies. Chief Emeneka called on youth in his constituency to take them as role models by embracing education. He also encouraged the beneficiaries to surpass the height they have already attained, as he is always willing to put smile on the faces of his constituents who distinguish themselves in their areas of specialization.
And what we're trying to do today is a fulfillment of my promise and the resolve to continue to motivate the great people of Anambra is to embrace education. I know that education is the foundation for all.
In a vote of thanks, one of the beneficiaries who spoke on behalf of others, Mr. Julius Chukwemeka, described Chief Emeneka as education-friendly man who has invested meaningfully in the education of his constituents, assuring him that they will not disappoint him.
What we've seen here is something that has not happened before in Anambra East constituency. And on behalf of my colleagues I want to say a very big thank you to the honorable member.
In Oka, Chukwuemeka Modelem, ABS News.
In commemoration of the 2019 International Widows' Day, Women's Center for Self-Empowerment and Development, WOCSED Ibuku, has organized a series of empowerment programs for widows under the foundation. Over 50 widows during the event, which took place at SSOB's compound in Ngo Village, Ibuku, were taught how to make perfume, Vaseline, and liquid soap. Ogochukwu Oranu has details.
Address, Mrs. Chika Obi, the founder and president, Women's Center for Self-Empowerment and Development, said she set up the foundation in 2005 due to her passion to assist the less privileged and widows by teaching them skills and saving culture. She urged the widows not to relent in acquiring skills for their sustenance and avoid indulging themselves in immoral life. Mrs. Obi also called on government to provide more empowerment programs for the widows.
We started this program in order to touch the lives of the downtrodden, to empower women, to tell them what they should do when things are going wrong. I've taught a lot of them skills.
Educating the widows on their rights. Barrister Mrs. Nkechi Ugwanye, Anambra State Coordinator, National Human Rights Commission, encouraged the widows to always speak out and approach the Commission in cases of violation of their human rights, as the laws are already there to protect them, citing an example with Anambra State 2015 Widows and Widowers Law.
Today, I want to tell the widows that in spite of the pains they are passing through and the challenges they are passing through because they are widows, they shouldn't give up on life. That the government, the organizations like mine, National Human Rights Commission, and people like Mrs. Obi have got their backs.
Other resource persons who spoke to the widows include Professor Ifoma Ekejindo of Medical Microbiology, Nayu Newi Campus, Mrs. Chinyere Chukwuenyem of Safeness Foundation, Oka, who taught the widows on proper child upbringing, and Princess Roserine Ebu, Coordinator, Nasima Business Women Group, Enugu. Speaking on behalf of the widows, Mrs. Azuka Okeke thanked the founder and resource persons for their words of encouragement, which, according to her, will strengthen them for the journey ahead. The widows were also taken through proper hand washing, while presentation of gifts to widows by the founder featured in the celebration. From Ngo Village, Ibuku, Ogochukwu Oranu for ABS News.
Still to come in the news this morning, International Institute of Tropical Agriculture inaugurates mobile app for farmers. And the foreign in Australia repatriates children from ICO families. This and more will come your way short after this break. Stay with us.
ABS, Heartbeats of the East.
We're glad to have you back. Moving on to our national stories now. ITA inaugurates mobile app to help farmers control weeds, a mobile phone application that enables farmers to control weeds through the use of inputs with over 500 downloads from Google Play Store has been launched by the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture, Ibadan. Mr. Godwin Atstar, ITA Digital Extension and Rural Advisory Services Specialist, who made this known, said the app known as ITA Herbicide Calculator was developed by a team of researchers working for ITA under the ITA Cassava Weed Management Project, now merged with ITA African Cassava Agronomy Initiative. He said it would help resource-poor farmers to maximize the use of their inputs by allowing them to determine correctly the quantity of herbicide needed to add to a knapsack for a given spraying operation. ATSA added that the inauguration of the app by Lawrence Kent of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation gave free access to farmers and other users to download the app from Google Play Store and use on their farms. On business news, the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission on Sunday said there was no going back to the ongoing probing of money deposit banks to ascertain the amount of money they collected on behalf of revenue-generating agencies of the government. The revenues accruals being probed by RAMFC through consulting auditors include withholding tax, value-added tax, royalties, signature bonuses, custom duties and tariffs being collected by various agencies, including the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, the Department of Petroleum Resources, Nigeria Customs, and Federal Inland Revenue Services. In a statement made available, correspondent in Abuja, spokesman for RMAFC, Mr. Ibrahim Mohammed, said, although RMAFC was not a revenue-generating agency, it was empowered by the Constitution to serve as a watchdog over revenue-generating organizations. Moving on to the foreign scene now, 8 children of 2 Australian nationals who joined the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant ISIL or ISIS group have been repatriated from Syria, Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison has said. The move announced by Morrison marks Australia's first organized repatriation from the conflict zone. He said the 8 children were in the care of Australian government officials, but would not identify them or say when they would reach the country. Local media reported that the group included 5 children and grandchildren of Sydney-born convicted ISIL member Khalid Sharaf and 3 children of fellow fighter Yassim Rizvik from Melbourne. Both men and their wives are presumed dead. On sports news, the Confederation of African Football CAF has picked Odion Ighalo lone strike in Nigeria 1-0 win against Burundi as the best goal of match day 2 of the 2019 African Cup of Nations in Egypt. Ighalo, who came in as a substitute for Paul Onuachu in the 73rd minute, netted the strike 4 minutes later. The Shanghai Shenhua of China forward received an exquisite backheeled pass from Ola Aina and called the ball home from inside the box. Ighalo was top scorer in the African Cup of Nations 2019 qualifiers with 7 goals, 1 more than Burundi striker Fistin Abdul Razak. The former Watford star will look to earn his first start of the competition when the Super Eagles face the Sili Nacional of Guinea in their next game on Wednesday at the Alexandria Stadium. And that's it in the morning news. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/ABS TV Online. Follow us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website www.absradiotv.com. And just before we go this morning, a quick look at our main points. State government is to distribute over 9,000 bags of fertilizer to farmers at subsidized rate. Work is advanced in Koscharis Rice Farm Road, Anako. International Institute of Tropical Agriculture has inaugurated mobile app for farmers. On the foreign scene, we brought to you that Australia has repatriated children from ICU families. And that's the size of our package this morning. Many thanks for joining the bulletin. I'm Iberi Ugodna. Good morning, Anambra. Continue shortly. Please stay with us.